Hello, all you wonderful and creative humans. I'm here with my finished pages for the last year. There's quite a few, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. I have a postcard from meine, reise, durch, europa. And I don't know exactly when I did any of these. If there's a date or anything to be found, I will share it. And I'll share what I can about the supplies I used, because I also don't have a book for this time period. I was just lucky I was coloring. But this appears to just be all pencils and a little bit of white gel pen. And I believe I used a black fine liner to put a border on this. So that's all that there's done on this one. Like I said, there's a good bit. There's not a lot, but enough where I want to get these done and get these books put back away. This is Minidalas by Mumal M. Sumro. And this is a very tiny book. Let's see. This is like, one of those pocket-sized books. Not like the Josh Dunbar ones. I think those are bigger. But, like White Stag. And there's quite a few of these types of books. Vasil Psycho. What's... reptiloids, that type stuff. So in here I've just been testing pencils on Amazon paper. For whatever reason that became something I really wanted to be doing, so I was doing it. So I will go ahead and mention what pencils they are, just in case you're curious too. This was done with Derwent Chroma Flows. I'm gonna leave those on for now. This one was done with Creatology pencils. I believe that's a Michaels brand. This is Artistro. These were done with Prismacolors, and you can really feel them. They just feel very waxy. And then this is the Giorgione pencils. And then Pen and Gear pencils, which is Walmart brand. And these were done with Stettler triangulars. They're the ones with no names or numbers on them. And I liked everything I used in here. Usually the cheaper the pencil, the better I like it. So, at least for these books. Seems like just a hard pencil feels good on these. So, there's quite a few pages. So, I think I'm going to continue on just doing every page with a different set of pencils. As I pull them out to work on another page, I'll just go ahead and do one quickly in here. So that'll be like a project book, I guess. Next book I have is Creepers and Haunts by White Stag. And I did two in here, I believe. Yep, this one is from March of 2024. And then I have this one, which is of October 2023. There appears to just be pencil for the girl, and then I used black. It feels like acrylic paint marker for the spiral. And for whatever reason, when I put this away, it was all the same color. And now this part is getting like faded. I don't know how visible that is for you, but there's like little lines in it that weren't there when it got put away that time. And then for this page, I used a Sharpie and a white gel pen. And again, just colored pencils for the figure. And I do just try to add like a background to these when I can, because it is usually just this girl on the page. So yeah, when I do these, I just add backgrounds to them because I don't know what to do with them. And it feels like they're just floating in midair. So I do a lot of backgrounds in that one. Next up, I was addicted to this when it first came. There was a few months I didn't color at all, and this came in, and it's another let's play with all my pencils type of book. So I'm going to go ahead and show these, and these have tracing paper with grids telling me what pencils I used for each thing. So this one was done in February. And I'm not going to go through all the names of the pencils, but it is helpful for me in her books to see what I like to use. So I did a bunch of these. I just added a circle to all the little images so it wasn't so, again, floating. I don't know another word for it. So yeah, this one's going to take me a second to get through because of the tissue paper. There's another one. And there were regrets here. I used water-based markers not very successfully, so I have a lot of lines. But again, this is really just for fun. This was also done in February. And again, I used a bunch of pencils on this as well. And some white acrylic paint and a white gel pen. And I have a list of the pencils. And then I have this one, same thing, list of pencils. I think I drew the circles on these, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm looking, I can't figure it out, and it's been a while. It's been since February. So yeah, I might have drew them. They might have been there. But again, it's just assorted pencils that I had in the house and I wanted to try out in this book. And I don't see any more tabs, but I feel like there were more pages. Oh, I started stuff like these here. And here's another one that I had started, so I guess I have whips. That's what I should say. And there is one more. There she is. And again, same thing. Different pencils, just testing them out on the page. This is the pencils and a lot of white gel pen and a lot of black fine liner. And this was also done in February. So like I said, there was a period where I just went to town in here. And that was a lot of fun. And I want to keep going in here too. Then I have Aesthetic Studio coloring book by Hannah Grace Wang. And this one was really confusing for me. Forgive all these tags. These are possible Christmas pages and winter pages. But I was just, the paper is very smooth, so I was testing out different pencils. So I did this little motif on the front cover. And then I did these flowers, or these, yeah, flowers and leaves. And then on this side, I just started coloring leaves in every time I came in with a different set of pencils just to see which ones were working for me. And I haven't found the perfect set yet, but I'm still looking. So, yeah. Keep it up and see what I can find. This one is Olga Goloveshkina Magic Potions Coloring Book 2. And I did one in here. This was done in March of this year. I just did, it's a bottle, and these parts were all on there. I added a stencil back here and another stencil on top for the splatters, and the honeycomb stencil. I just kept moving it so I get a pattern that I liked. And it felt like the bottle was just sitting there and I wanted something behind it. So I don't know how happy I was with what I picked, but I did it with black Sharpie and gold paint pen to get the stenciling behind it, and a lot of white gel pen for her dots. She infamously puts a lot of dots in her paintings or her drawings, and I really like it, but sometimes I just want to make them white, so I did. Then this one's cute and hoppy, and this is perfectly fine because, like I said, it's a year of coloring. This is Alexandra franzese. But the weird part is that I didn't finish it in, I don't know what month Easter was. I think it was March this year. I just finished this like last month, November, because I don't know why. It was sitting here unfinished, so I just took some markers to it and got it done. And that's all it is. It's just alcohol markers. And that was all I had in that. Then there are going to be some buddy colors that I had before I had quit coloring and left the internet for a while. I will try to remember who they were with. If I forget, I am very sorry. Again, I don't know where my book went, so I'm not really clear on a lot of it. I do know, like, I can say something is a buddy color. Like, I think this was a buddy color with my friend Jackie over on Instagram. And I did this all with Neocolor 2s and nothing else. And there was a short on the channel for this one. So that's something you can watch the process too. And I thought there was another one. but maybe I had already shown that one. That's the other thing, coming back after so long, I don't remember. Oh yeah, there was this one. Oh, and it has a tag. Okay. And this was also a buddy color, and I cannot remember who this was with. But this one was done with alcohol markers and colored pencils on top. And that was Goblincore. That's a Chartwell book, I believe. And then I've got Mangatopia Spoopy Fun. This came out, I think, in October. And I think it was October this year, yeah. And I brought it home and I immediately colored 2 pictures in it, which was something that I don't normally do. But we were getting to the end of the seasons, and I really wanted to color in it. So I did this cat with the yarn. I did this in, I did a video for my life updates, and I used this as what I was coloring while I was talking. So yeah, that's the cat, and I love him. I love the colors of the page. I love everything about this. It was kind of insane. It was all marker. Then I used colored pencil on top, and then everything was outlined. Oh, except this one strand of yarn. Everything was outlined with acrylic paint pens. So I'll have to figure out what I used for that one. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then I like that style so much, I found another page to do it with here, with this ghost out walking in the autumn rain. And I don't know, but I added a lot of pink to this page, and for whatever reason, I really like it a lot. So I'm not disappointed with it. And again, outlined absolutely everything. And this one, I don't see a missing spot like I do with that other one. I just added some little tufts of grass down here in the grass. So yeah, it was a good time. It was just markers and pencils and paint pens, and this was done in November as well. I did a page in Eerie Entangled Art by Angela Porter, and I've not been saying, but Spoopy Fun, that was first pages in that one. The Alexandra franzese was a first page. The Hannah Grace Wang was a first page. Small Victories was an untouched book. Yeah, a lot of untouched books got touched, especially the Rita Berman postcards also was never touched. So this is another untouched book that I colored in for Halloween. I did this page, and you sense a theme here. I'm going through a phase, I think. Again, this is all alcohol markers, and a lot has been outlined with acrylic paint pens. And that's about all I did to it. I did gold some of the teeth, so they're shiny. There's like a tooth here. There's another one there. I don't know what my reasoning for that was, but I did it, and I had fun with it. So yeah, this was done in October. And I just need to fix this pile because it's about to fall over because it's top heavy now. All right, there we go. Next up, I have a page in Romantasy, a coloring book. This is a Dover Publications. Again, an untouched book. There's a few different artists. They're all listed here. And I did this page, which I believe... Let me check the first page in the book. Hold on. They have the names of the artists on the back of the page. So here's the first page. This looks like the same artist as the one I colored. Okay, so it's Hannah K. So it's behind the page. Let me check that. Yeah. Hannah K did this one. I just added a border because I hate going to the edges, and I also hate just leaving an image and not having some sort of background. I mean, it's just a night sky. It's not a big deal. And this is all alcohol markers, right? Yeah. And I used some paint pen on my spoon and the moon. And then I used colored pencils on top of it just to add some shading in. And yeah, it was a quick and easy one, and I had a good time with it. Then we have Easy Spring. This is by Josh Dunbar. And this I did with a buddy color with Jamie here on YouTube. I have to like look up his channel, but I will add links to anybody I talk about. We had done this page. This is our last buddy color we did. It was just, funnily enough, not the Easy Spring. It's the back of the book where they give you preview pages. So we colored this one from Easy Fall. And that's the only one in there. And that was just alcohol markers and nothing else. Another untouched book I colored in was Cozy Spaces by Coco. And I think I did this like right after I got it. I cannot remember. I was just very excited to color it. March seems to be a time I was able to color. So this was done with alcohol markers. Again, I made a border because I just need it to not go to the edges. And I just love this little bunny and his telescope, you know, in this moon or crater or whatever he's in. I think it's the moon. You know, looking out at the world. So this is all alcohol markers and then a bunch of paint pens, just like outline the bunny. I think this was the start of me outlining everything with the paint pens. Like the earth has been outlined. Bottles make sense. I always did that. But yeah, the bunny's definitely like something I wanted to really make pop out. And I think I did that. And that was a good time as well. Feels weird. It's been a while since I did one of these videos. So I'm just kind of rolling here. So if I'm going too fast, I apologize, or too slow, you could speed up to the next one. And this one's Mini Mania 1 by Gabi Wolf. I have all 5 of these and I love them, but for whatever reason I haven't been able to get myself into them to color a lot. Like, I know I did like a little testy thing here on a page that had a lot of images. Here it is. And I didn't even finish that. Like, I still have the basket to do as well. But I did do some little bits that I couldn't resist. Like these little singing frogs. I did them. Again, it's mostly just for testing pencils and stuff. And then I did this little bunny on the front because it was too cute. And you can see that frog's big mouth open right there. That, for whatever reason, that one bled through, but the other two didn't. I have no idea why. So, yeah, that was what I colored in there. Again, an untouched book. Then I have 50 Autumn Miniatures by Kameliya Angelkova. I did this page in October of 2023. This is right before I left YouTube and everything. This was just alcohol markers and pencil, and this was a buddy color with Meg from Meg's Coloring Corner. I think it's Disney Meg, but she changed her name, and I still haven't gotten used to everybody's name changes and stuff like that, because there's been a few that I've noticed. So Meg, I'm sorry. I will, like I said, I'm going to tag everybody below and I will write the correct name. But yeah, this was one of my last buddy colors I had done. Again, added a border so it wasn't floating. And all alcohol markers. A nice, simple, easy one. Oh, and pencils. Shading for my maple leaves and the tent and all that, because it's a lot of fabric. So, yeah, that was a good one as well. Oh, that's one from before. And then I have Pastel Goth, which is a book that, I don't know, I don't really talk about project books, but I do have books that I'm trying to like use up or finish. And if I think of it, I will go ahead and do one, but I'm not fretting about it, you know. If I get to it, I get to it. But this one, I think this is Larisa May. I'm sorry, I didn't even think to look. Because her books, nope, this is Activity Lovers Press. Okay. So I did this one in September. Alcohol markers, acrylic paint pen again. Like I said, there's been a trend. And then this is all alcohol markers. And it's pretty wild because I used to do some alcohol markers and mostly pencil. And it just seems like I was just on a big kick of alcohol markers. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still stuff done with pencil, which is coming up right now. So I did continue with pencil. And I won't be stopping with pencil anytime soon because I do enjoy it. So this is Pocket World by Coco. And this was a first page colored in here too. There is a lot of untouched books getting colored, and I'm hoping to continue that trend definitely. I did this page. All these pages are kind of very Polly Pockety, and I love that. But I picked this one because I just love this little jewelry box, is what I think it is, a jewelry box, right? That's what it looks like. And again, I just added some sort of grounding to it with that rectangle in the back. I picked black because it like made these pearls shine and everything. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I don't remember what pencils I used, but it's just pencils and a little bit of white jelly roll for the clouds and some of the pearls. So yeah, that was Coco Pocket World. We're already 21 minutes in. I am keeping an eye on it. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible, but I also don't want to, like, you know, flip a page and run away and go to the next one before you can even see it. So sorry for the amount of time it's taking, but this is Adorable Girls by Reydaprints. And I did this one here. And I do remember this one is a buddy color with my friend Jackie again from Instagram. A very simple page. It's just alcohol markers. And I remember this was Prismacolor on top of it. And it's just, I mean, it's literally like pretty much 3 colors and it's done. But it was a lot of fun. Oh, and there's a gold jelly roll here too as well. And then another buddy color with Jackie was the Pumpkin Killer book by Lainey Dow. And we did this one in September of this year. This is, who is this? Michael Myers? Jason? I don't remember. I don't watch a lot of spooky movies. But I have a list. David made us a list of everybody in the book. And there's no way I'm going to be able to figure that out because we didn't mark the pages. I'm not going to count. That's just going to make the video longer. But regardless, we did this guy. I looked him up. That's how we stressed. So I like this page a lot because I liked the blue ghosts. That was different for me. I don't normally make them blue, but they are blue. And yeah, this is, you could really see through to the other side is what I'm noticing. But I did this all alcohol markers. All the shading was alcohol markers. Again, added a background because I need a background. So it's just an oval stencil that I have. Then I had a buddy color with Poet Spice before I left that I didn't do, and I did it. So this is Joe Benitez. Oh, it's because I'm trying to put the S on it. Joe Benitez, his book, Lady Mechanica. Sorry, they had an apostrophe S and I was trying to read it and it was not coming out for me. And I love the back of this, so that's kind of weird. Sorry, but look how cute it is. This was done in I finished this in October. This is all done with alcohol markers, and all the shading was alcohol markers. And I have a little bit of gold paint pen up here and in this clock or whatever that is. A little bit of white gel pen here and here and here. And some white acrylic paint for the lenses. But yeah, this was a good time. And I really like how she turned out. I love the gold that I managed to achieve with the markers. That doesn't always happen, so I was really happy with that. But yeah, this was with Poet Spice. And then I had some gouache sitting in a palette for quite a while. So I started mixing it together and tried to do a page in the Best of Grand Classiques, the mystery colors. It was going well. It really was. I like how all of the Evil Witch came out. Somewhere around the background and the green part of the Poison Apple, I just gave up. Like, I'm sure you can see, like, all the splotchiness in the background, but it became overwhelming and I stopped. I can always go back and fix it, but I was mixing the colors by hand, which was something I'm not used to doing. Like, for a color by number, I'll use paint markers or something like that, but this was actual paint and a paintbrush and me mixing like the dark under her eyes and every shade of her hair, everything has been mixed. So it was an exercise. I don't think I'll be doing it again, but I'm glad I did get that page done. And this is not an untouched book, but another page is done. Then I have some single sheets, not many, but let me grab them out. They're just in my folder. I have this mummy I did in September 2023. Again, I haven't done a finished pages video. This is all alcohol marker. All the shading, everything is alcohol marker. I have this Pokemon who I cannot tell you who it is because it doesn't tell me on it. And I don't know from Pokemon. So I just colored it because it was cute. Like I said, all alcohol markers. I did ask somebody when I did it, but again, it's over a year ago. Oh no, it's not that. That was this guy. He was over a year ago. This is from April. I don't remember who he is. I can't look him up because I've got my phone and I'm filming on it. But I had a good time with it. That's all that matters. I did this page in September. It was the RJ Hampson picture that he mails or emails to you, you know, the freebies. So I did this with the Woomer color pencils and a little bit of alcohol marker, right? I think. Yeah, that's either alcohol marker or water-based marker down there for the grass. I just, again, something to put in there. And a little bit of paint pen in his wings. And I also have this one, which was free from Coloring Book Cafe. It's called Comfy Life. And this was just alcohol markers. I did not do anything else to it. For whatever reason, the paper I used was very streaky, even with the alcohol markers. And my inkjet printer, my laser jet printer, pulled the ink with the markers. I am not sure what happened. So that's why I kind of just gave up. But I didn't want to like throw it away, so I still shared it. I think I could fix it, and I would like to try. Just out of curiosity, you know. Okay, moving on. I have my favorite page of the year. Oop, there's something under there. It's crunching. This is Color Morphia by Kirby Rosannes. And I did this page. This is kind of like a labor of love. I did this over the course of a couple weeks. Sometime before Easter, because I remember one of the kids was here and came up to the studio and saw it and was like, oh my God. So yeah, that was at Easter time. This is all Prismacolor and then a lot of fine liner, like to get the shadows dropped in and everything, and a few paint pens or jelly rolls, not sure which, just to highlight these leaves and put some texture on the birds. That guy's eye, you know, that kind of thing. I really love this page. I was very happy with it when it was finished. Every time I did like a section of it, it just looked better to me. So, you know, it was one of those kind of pages. I'm sure you've all had them where you're just like, I wonder how it's going to turn out. And then you do another part and you're like, I think it's good. But then you just start to get panicky, like you're going to mess it up or something. Like especially this circle with the runes in it. That has a lot of paint marker and black fine liner, just trying to like make them look like they're in the stone, like etched in. I don't know if I succeeded. I know it looks kind of cool, so that's good enough for me. This made me want to do like 30 more Kirby pages. Of course I didn't, because I needed a break, and then I wound up off doing something else. I think this is the only page in this one as well. Yeah. So this is an untouched book too. Hopefully we can stay upright and finish up this video. We're not too much further to go. Okay, so then I've got Matchstick Mouse Pumpkin Party. This was done last year, like probably October or September of 2023. This was the only page I've colored in here, other than there's also a short on YouTube and on Instagram with this, because I did it with Ink Tense, and then I did Stettler I think, Design Journey pencils. And I just have a little bit of gel pen here and here. And the only other thing in here I did at the same time was, oh, there's a page with cherries. I colored some cherries with Evazar pencils to see how this book took pencil, and I wasn't a huge fan. It looks pretty, but it was just not an enjoyable coloring experience. So I did Inktense instead. And that held up pretty well to the water. I've got a little buckling up there, but that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and turn on a light because I think we're running into that time of the day where my light is fading. And that should get us through the rest of the books. I have Spooky Cutie, Cute and Comfy Coloring Book by Coco Wyo. And in here, I just did this one. I do believe I made a short. This is from this year of October. I think I had a short either on Instagram or YouTube or both. I'm not entirely sure. It's just alcohol marker and paint pens on this one. And that is the only one in here. Also an untouched book. I have Lonely Pumpkin by Usiku, and this one was done last year in October. I did a video with this. I don't remember what the video was, but there was a video where I colored this. I think it was a tag video I did. This is just all alcohol marker. And again, border added just to keep it closed in. Yeah. So that was the book Lonely Pumpkin. And now we're going to move on to my whips to see what I can get finished this month. It's the middle of October or middle of December now. So I don't think I'll get to these till January. But I'm coloring these family portrait style pictures in I Love Cute. I think this is a buddy color with Wendy from Wendy's Coloring, but I cannot remember. I'm just going to continue to work on it until it's finished. I have a whip in Sorcières from Art Therapy, Hatchet Heroes. This one was done with Prismacolors, and I have paint pen in the background. Or this is gel sticks and then gold paint pen here. A little bit of paint pen on this smoke coming out of the cauldron, and I've just started to like map out the shadows for this tree, and I wasn't feeling it, so I quit. And that's okay, you know, I'll get back to it when I get back to it. This one has nothing in it except this attempt at a page, so I hope I come back to it soon. Then I started a page in Anamorphia, Sea and Sky, which is funny because I started this, didn't finish it, and then moved on and did the one in Color Morphia, I think is what it was. Yeah, Color Morphia instead. I started this bird. I just did a black alcohol marker background, Prismacolors, and working from a reference photo on, I think it's a toucan, I don't remember, but I'm working on a reference photo from Sunbird, and yeah, I've just got like a bit of chartreuse pencil everywhere, and then I'm just filling in the inside, and he's sort of looking like he might be like glowing in the dark, which was not my intention, but again, not mad at it. I'll keep rolling with it and see where we wind up. But yeah, I just got sick of it, so I stopped. It was a lot of cutting out. This is one where they had the little hidden images, so you could see like a line here, which there was something there. I don't know what. But I cut it off. And so I think I just got tired and stopped. And I'll come back to it when I come back to it. But yeah, this was Sea and Sky, and I like it because it's single-sided, and there's not too many of his books that are. Up next, because I am a failure, I have Area Veil. A lot of people that did this buddy color. It was a group buddy color on the channel. A lot of people finished it. I have not. I have just not. I found out what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. And I'm not good at pressurized coloring. You know, so I have to do it at my own pace. This is a page that I stopped at. I am close to done. I think there's 3 more pages, maybe. I really like how this stone is coming out. Ironically, I have no notes, so I don't know how I was doing it. I know what pencils I was using because I found a swatch chart here for Fila pencils. I hope that they're on the... I have a tray full of pencils, and I've just been matching them up to pages, which has been helpful. But I don't know if I had feelers out or not. I can't remember. I also haven't tried to come back, so I'll have to see if I have them out, because if I do, there's still quite a bit of stonework I want to finish on this one. And yeah, like I said, I didn't finish, but I'm close. And again, it'll have to be in my own time because I apparently don't do well under pressure. So I have a half a page there, I would say. I have one. And I did have, like, this page was done, but my book, a Diet Coke, fell on it the first time. So I had to redo pages. So I am coming back from being behind. So I have one. Why won't these come apart? 2.5. It looks like. That's not too bad. Maybe I need to bust my butt and get that done. Who knows? Like I said, I don't do good with pressure and coloring. Then I've got A Colorless Kingdom Volume 2 by Chris Ortega. This was a buddy color with Poet Spice, which I did not finish. Luckily, I did find, these are Brutfuner squares. I did find the pencils I was using for this. So I will be able to finish her arm so that matches the rest of her skin. Like, why is that where I stopped? I don't know. And for some reason, I decided to do all of this in pencil. So all these vines are just 100% Brutfuner pencils, which is insane. So I know coming back in, it will not be like that. There will be a lot more markers and fine liners going on this page. But I mean, she's like not done, but she's getting closer. So I want to try and get her done as well. I have a long-term whip going here in Hannah Carlson's, what is it? Magical Dawn. I did these crystals one day with Artex pencils and then stopped. So I do want to finish that. Get this book put back on the shelf because these are sitting on the shelf by my desk and they need to go back to the bookshelf where they belong. This is Harmony of Nature by Mihoko Kurihara. I hope I said that right. Right now I'm using Derwent Drawing on this page. When I started, I was using Caran d'Ache Luminance, and I'm just kind of, I mean, I'm really happy with how it's turning out. But this paper is super, super smooth and everything kind of glides on it, which sounds like it would be a dream, but somehow it just feels awkward. I know last month I did the walnuts and stopped again because it just doesn't feel nice. But I want to finish it because I like the leaves. I like how everything's turning out. It's like one of the most realistic things I've ever colored, I think. So I do want to get back to it. But again, that'll happen in its own time. It's been a whip for over 1.5 years now. Then I have Magical Jungle by Johanna Basford. I was watching a video by, I think her name's Indira, maybe. I'll link her in the comments below. I'll have to look her up. She used aquarels to do this kind of background on this exact page. And of course, like at that moment, I was just like, I am going to do that. And I did it. And then I put it away. So I'll need to come back in and figure out what I want to do with the rest of it. But it was a fun little process. I enjoyed doing it. And it's okay because this is my backup copy of Magical Garden or Magical Jungle, which is kind of like a try it out book, you know, no, which was really funny because she was working in the same book. But this is a book I just like try things in, you know, and if I don't like it or I don't finish it, it doesn't matter. And last but not least, I have Wildflower Folk by Christine Caron. This is a buddy color with Poet Spice, Johanna, and Deb E. And I'm not done. I'm doing it with Polychromos. Again, we've got a single-sided book, and I decided to go straight pencil. But here's my mermaid. She's got some hair. And so I think I did all the pearls finally. But yeah, I'm working my way through this. I like how she looks. It's just a very slow going and I'm not in a mad rush. I absolutely love how I did her skin. But it kind of boxed me in and it made it hard for me to pick out other colors because I did not come in with a plan. I just was like, I'm going to make her skin teal. And then promptly lost it. So that's why this one's been taking me quite a while because I'm just not sure where I want to go from each step. And then I got to the hair and it got tedious, so I stopped. But again, this is with the polychromos, and hopefully I'll get back to that one as well. I hope you enjoyed seeing everything that I did complete. I did not add art projects or crafts like my knitting or crochet. I will be adding those to future videos for my monthly finishes, but there was a lot of crocheting and knitting going on because I wasn't able to do a lot of coloring. Yeah, so a lot of it's gone already. I've given it away. But I did enjoy the coloring I did. I was just sad that I could not share it or be a part of anything. But I'm back now and I am trying to share what I have. So I do hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, it's Friday the 13th right now. And I think I'm going to just finish this and put it out. But yeah, I'll have another finished pages video in just a couple of weeks. And I already have like 20 pages done because for whatever reason, this month I want to color everything. So yeah, I'll be back at the end of the month. I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, friends, have yourselves a colorful day. Bye.